So there are two parts in the economics. First one is microeconomics and second one is macroeconomics. So in your class 11 CBSE syllabus, you have microeconomics in class 11 and macroeconomics class 12. So first we will discuss about what is microeconomics and what is macroeconomics. Microeconomics basically deals with small economics, or you can say individuals problem, individuals demand, producer, okay, whatever be the problems or solution, that will be concentrated upon individual, not in terms of aggregate terms. Okay, so microeconomics basically deals with the consumer behavior, okay, producer behavior, determination of price and quantity demanded, okay, in a particular market. So these all come under microeconomics. Now come to the macroeconomics. So macroeconomics basically deals with the central issues. Okay, I think you all are aware about those central issues like overall level of employment, the employment, we learned about this employment in class 9 and 10 also, and some sort of growth rate of national output, the general price level, the stability of the economy, all come under macroeconomic part. So those basically the two part of the economics, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Okay, now come under the second part, that is the central problem of the economy. So there are basically three central problem of the economy which we used to deal in our daily life. First one, what to produce. Second one, how to produce. And third one, for whom to produce. Now first start with the what to produce, this problem. Now what is this? What to produce means this, first of all I want to tell you, this problem comes from the producer side, or you may say from the production side. Okay, so what to produce actually create a doubt between the consumer goods or capital goods. Means among those two goods you have to choose which type of good, either consumer or capital goods, which type of good you as a producer want to produce. Now answer lies between some conditions. Suppose you stay in that type of country where number of consumer is much more than the number of producer. First of all I want to tell you, consumer goods, those goods which consumer use, most of the consumers uses to buy, okay, means bread, butter, and the lots of pen, pencil, book, all type of fridge, refrigerator, AC, all type, those all under consumer goods. Now what is capital good? Capital goods means those comes under the industrialist good, means tools, machineries. Okay, so as a producer you have to decide which type of consumer you want to attract. Okay, so in that basis you have to produce the goods. If you know you are staying in that type of country where consumer goods, demand of consumer goods is much more than the demand of capital goods, then automatically you have to produce more consumer goods. And first of all, demand for consumer good comes from the consumer side, means comes from the household side, and demand for the capital goods comes from the industry side. Okay, so this is the basically two type of goods, consumer goods and capital goods. So first central problem, what to produce, that producer has to decide which type of goods he or she wants to produce, either consumer goods or capital goods. Okay, now come to Second point, that is how to produce. How to produce means basically the technique of production. So we all know there are two type of technique of production. First one is capital intensive and second one is labor intensive. Now first come to what is capital intensive. Capital intensive means whenever in production more machineries are used than labor. This type of production is called capital intensive. Now what is labor intensive? Where more amount of labor are used rather than the capital goods, or you may say rather than the machineries. Okay. Again, producer has to make a choice between the capital intensive and labor intensive. So his or choice lies upon that point. Suppose in India population is very high, so obviously we have to use the labor. Population means actually labor, those who are providing the labor. So we have to use this population in terms of labor. So in type of mixed economy or in type of developing country, obviously you have to use labor intensive country. Now in another part, suppose comes under USA, UK, in those type of country, capital intensive technique is much more popular because you all know population is low in those countries and their technologies are much more updated than ours. Okay, so how to produce comes under this capital intensive or labor intensive. Okay, now come to the third part. Third part, for whom to produce. For whom to produce means you have to choose the consumer groups. Maybe it's upon the age group. If you see in that place, or if you want to capture the age group of 0 to 15 or 0 to 10, then you have to concentrate upon that product which is very much desirable for that group. Or if you want to capture the old age group, then you have to choose that good which is desirable for that age group. Then the next point is income group. So income group, basically you have to choose your price level of the product. If you want to capture the high income group, then automatically you can set the price which is very much high, and obviously comes under the purchasing power of the high age group. Okay, so that's all about this three problem, that is what to produce means consumer goods or capital goods. Second is how to produce means capital intensive or labor intensive. Third one, for whom to produce means age group and income group. Now there are three different economy. First one is market economy, second one is centrally planned economy, and third one is mixed economy. So come to the first one, which is called market economy. Market economy means all are free. Obviously not all goods are free, means all the decisions have to make or have to gone through the various type of market mechanism. Means price and quantity demanded are determined through the demand. Okay, producer are free to decide what, how and for whom to produce, and on what basis do they take their decisions. Okay, so that is basically market economy. And example where we can see the market economy is USA, UK, all those. Now come to the second one, that is centrally planned economy. Now what is this centrally planned economy? Where the goods and services will be produced which the central authority find as most useful for the society. So obviously there is no freedom of the producer. Okay, there means government of that particular economy will decide ki that type of production or that type of technique you as a producer has to follow. Okay, you can see the example as China. Now the last one is the mixed economy. So mixed economy, great example is India, where you can see market economy as well as simultaneously centrally planned economy. Means where decisions regarding what, how and for whom to produce are taken on the basis of market forces as well as on the basis of social consideration. Means public and private sectors are working in India simultaneously. So that's all about.